Mater misericordiae, vitalus Deo, estes nostra salve. Patrimonus.
I worked in accounting for one of the, at the time, Big Eight accounting firms. I worked there before I joined Saint Vincent. So that was kind of pre-vocation, if you will. And then it was the community that sent me to law school with the idea that I would come back and teach business law or pre-law and taxation in the college there. Teaching was just a lot of fun, and some of the faculty didn't really care for teaching elementary accounting, the first level class, but I thoroughly enjoyed that, and it was mostly freshmen. When I was discerning my vocation, I had this idea that I wanted to join a group of similar-minded men that worked together, prayed together, played together, cried together, celebrated together. I think probably taking from my experience as a member of a large family. So when I began to look at various communities, that's what I was looking for. And I didn't find that, and I began to think that maybe I had this romantic ideal of what a vocation was all about until my pastor one Saturday night in confession told me he had never visited Saint Vincent, but he had heard about this place in Latrobe, and that I should probably go and visit there, and if it didn't work out, then to just get on with my life. And that was Labor Day weekend of 1978, and if they would have let me stay during that visit, I would have stayed right then and there. It just was I think, a feeling of family. My oldest sister joined the convent and is still, I think she's about 62 or 63 years, maybe even longer than that now, although she wouldn't want me saying that, a Dominican sister. She joined the same group of nuns that taught us all through grade school. And I had several aunts and uncles who were Dominican priests and sisters. So I grew up with role models of religious who just seemed happy in their state in life. Some monks and some religious and priests will have these stories of kind of like St. Paul being knocked off the horse type experience. For me, it just wasn't that way. It was just a gradual kind of unfolding that maybe this was a kind of life that I wanted to give a try. And then finally, I just said, I've got to do this, or I'm going to be doing one more thing and one more thing and one more thing, and then I'm going to be 80 and it's going to be too late. So it was finally in 1978. I just said, I have to act on this urge, and if it's for me, that's great, and if it's not, then I'll just get on with my life. My mom and dad insisted that we say the rosary every night before we went to bed. So 12 of us gathered around the living room and said the rosary every night. That's not a big jump from gathering in the basilica 4 times a day with the rest of the monastic community and praying. Actually, I think I maybe would liken it to being the pastor of 150 monks. I have to say I didn't realize that when I was elected. I just never had a great need for interacting with the abbot a great deal. I mean, I would interact about ordination and vows and assignments and school, but I had no idea that the abbot really was almost like a pastor and a personnel or a human resource person. So, I mean, the typical day is just interacting with monks about their assignments and their challenges and their successes and their failures and their joys, their sadness. Again, I would liken it to the father of a family. What I would say to them, and what I do say to them, is make Nike your motto. Just do it. We will often have vocation guests who feel this urge, feel this yearning, this desire, this call, but they've got some debt they have to work on, or they're working on a promotion at the job, or they're starting to get serious about a girlfriend, whatever. And they say, what advice can you give me? And I say, just do it.